I'm Jeanette Keynes from Jewelry Arts Inc. And this is How to Make a Bezel Ring, Part 6. I'm going to show you some of the techniques for getting the soldering between the bezels just right to create structural strength for the ring, but leave us plenty of room to set. So I was just explaining that we have entered the all-important Sharpie phase, which is you've added a bunch of solder in between, but we're at the point now where we're going to go through and with a Sharpie, we're just going to mark the ones that need more and you can ignore the other ones. So that's actually, you're like, the finish line is within sight. And remember when we first started this, I said you need solder about 1/3 of the height between the bezels. So I look at it from the side and kind of go like, okay, that one's good, that one's good. Wait, that one, like for example, this one and this one, they're good. You know what I mean? That's 1/3 of the height. Excellent. I think I want a little more on this one. Oh no, Sharpie failure. I'm gonna get another Sharpie and I'll be right back. For example, right where I'm putting this nice pink mark, you see that from the side, like how there's not really quite 1/3 height there?
Right.
You need to put a little bit more in there. This one's done. And what I do is I only mark the offending spots. You could do it the other way around. You could put a mark where they're good and whatever, but this is how I do it. That one's good. That one's good. The next 3, good, good, good. And that's why the Sharpie stage is exciting, because it's a big difference from when I'm just like, yeah, just keep shoving it in. Just, you know what I mean? Just more. So this is actually quite a bit of progress. Now this one, we actually have a hair too much, but don't worry. If we really got too much, like crazy too much to the top, we would actually take a saw blade and cut through it a tiny bit. I don't think we're going to have to do that with this. We can probably do this with polishing. So this is more than ideal, but totally workable. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's this. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because it goes it's more like 2/3 of it are filled with solder than 1/3. Hey, it's pretty easy to get frustrated when you're putting 3,000 pieces of solder in something and lose track. So let's see, where were we? I think I want a tiny bit more on this one. This one is sort of like almost enough, but maybe it needs a tiny bit more. Do you see what I'm saying? Like it just looks a hair short. So of all of these, I've marked 2 spots.
Okay.
That's why this is exciting.
I'm thrilled.
You know what I mean?
I was a little worried.
That means only 2 need more solder. Now, granted, after we get the solder in there, we're going to trim, we're going to round this, but there's lots of other stages to do. But you are absolutely nearing the finish line of this particular stage, because I'm sure at this point you're tired of looking at solder balls. Okay, so I'm going to leave this with you, and I want you to fill the 2 of them. And here's the thing though, when you're done filling them, you give it to me to check, and we do the Sharpie thing again. We just look through the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? If there's anything that looks funky, we mark it, but you're almost there.